Hi there, welcome back. If you saw the last video, I promised you I would give you a bit of a laugh by showing you how I tried to rebuild the dial glass that was broken. And I'm going to do just that today. I think I found a solution. What we have here is the result of me trying to remove it without breaking it. As you can see, I did a pretty good job. It's in perfect condition, if you like puzzles. And yeah, that didn't fare too well actually, but what I wanted to do was remove this, get an idea for what sort of glass this thing was using. This was using some sort of plexiglass. No big surprise, it's about 1 millimeter thick, 1.5 millimeters thick, and it's fairly brittle, and I think the brittle comes from age. What I've noticed is that the curve on there is actually very, very small. I wanted to get an idea of this diameter, of this sort of curve that this would form part of, but I got no idea. The only idea I got is that it breaks. So I made a first attempt. And here was the first attempt. I got some plexiglass. I tried to curve it, and as you can see, I was pretty unsuccessful. It's got a bulge on one end. And what I tried to do here is I put this thing on a container, on the lid, and obviously it was a squarish piece. And then with the heat gun, I started heating around the edges. And my hope, my hope was that it would sort of drop by itself. I even tried sort of pushing the middle down. That didn't work too well. And I went one step further and I tried to drill it out, and I cracked a piece over there. So this one is as good as the other one. Then I thought, right, who needs a curve anyway? So I did one without a curve, and it was working quite well actually, until I tried to drill it again and it cracked again. So that was take 2. And then I decided to consult the professionals. And this is the result. I got this thing done, and it is bloody perfect, or nearly perfect. There's actually a flaw which I'll show you, which is why I'm going to do another one, so that you can also laugh at it. I'll promise to laugh. I like to keep my promises. But this one is actually structurally perfect. It's got the right curve. It's actually just tacked with, very lightly tacked with glue on there, because what I wanted to do is to make sure that it fits in this, and that the center bit was the right size, the hole. And also the way to see whether the curve is right is make sure that you've got no opening anywhere along that perimeter. And this is the case. Now what's wrong with this guy? Well, it's actually got a scratch on it. I'm trying to find it. See where that light is reflecting? There's actually a scratch on here. Other than that, it's bloody perfect. I'm trying to get the light on so you can see that it does indeed have the right curvature. And the hole fits this guy like a glove. Then of course all you do is you've got to put a bit of glue on the inside there, which I haven't done on this one. And there's a ring that goes around here, which I didn't even need to remove, especially since I broke the bloody thing. So how did I do this? Well, I'll show you. I went to a graphics company and asked them what plexiglass they had. And they told me they had this one, which is 1 millimeter. And I figured this was too thin, but as you can see, it's not. But anyway, I decided to give it a try. And they gave me a piece, just a scrap piece. And I got this piece and I took my old dial and I just put it on there and I traced around it. And I also made the trace in the middle so I can get the center point a lot easier. And I fitted 4 on there. So as you can figure, this is the first attempt of those, okay? Then what I had to do was to cut this. and I needed some really sophisticated tools to cut this. And I looked and I looked and I looked and I finally found one. And then I looked far and wide for something that would serve as a sort of a mold with the right curvature, and this was a tough one. I found this. Now, what is this, you ask? Well, this is actually a candle holder that I don't think we've ever used. And my wife actually mentioned this. She said she's got something that's got like a curve on it. And would it do? So I looked at it, and believe me, don't ask me for the reference to this thing or which, international supplier I bought it from. This is probably from what my international friends would call the pound store, the dollar store. I have no idea. It's just something that's metal and it's been painted black and it's got the right curvature, and all I did is I fine sanded this inside with wet and dry sandpaper to try and get any of the old wax and stuff out of there. And then the next step comes in. Now this is sort of the tricky part. We take this and we put it in there. And then we have to heat it. And you get ready with a little cloth, something that won't burn your fingers, it'll slide easily on there. I left the coating on there. Let's see how we get along. Ah! Bloody hell. Brilliant. Let it cool down. It's set and it's got the right curve and there's no scratch on it. So this one is good. I'm just going to run it under cold water to make sure that it's set properly. I'll be right back. So how did we fare? Not bad at all. This thing needs just to be pushed underneath that lip. Perfect diameter and a perfect dial glass. Now, continuing on with our highly sophisticated equipment, I now need to drill a hole down the middle there. And you've got to be careful, this isn't that strong, so I help it along with some perfect support tools like my hands. think that's it. That's about it. I'm going to take the plastic coating off and then see if this fits exactly. If not, I can just adjust it very slightly. Just ever so slightly, give it just a little bit more, and I prefer this one because it's more precise. There we go. Perfect. And there are no scratches on it. So now, let's try and fit this in here. We have ourselves a dial glass, folks. And you know what? This thing here, it's got a bit of a crinkly look. Some of it's obviously my fingers, but some of it, there's a crinkly look on there. This thing's not straight. And it's probably from the pressure when you put pressure down on the on that surface, which is slightly wobbly. And you know what it looks like? It looks like that antique glass. You know, antique glass is not perfect. And we've got ourselves our dial glass. All I need to do now is just glue it in there. And I won't put the dot on here yet because I need to see where it coincides on the dial. But I think we're done. I told you I'd give you an opportunity to laugh at my attempts. Hope you've had a good chuckle, and hope you're having a great Sunday, and hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, bye for now. Stay safe. Oh, and I'm still waiting for those cores. That's why the SK2 is not finished yet. Don't worry, I will finish it, I will test it, and I will show you the final result. But without the cores, hey, it's something I don't want to close up just yet. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope you're having a great Sunday, and stay safe. Bye for now.